Hey Loki, have you noticed that there's been a smell in the air and you've been noticing the sounds of fruit falling outside? Do you know what that means? That means it's Lilly Pilly season! Woohoo! Okay guys, these are great things. These are more commonly known as Lilly Pillies, and they are an iconic fruit of Australia, and they have a whole heap of features which are just absolutely fascinating. So let's just get into it. So, this, Loki, now you're interested, hey, is the Lilly Pilly. And as you can see here, there are the white flowers here, and there are the red fruit that Loki is absolutely fascinated by. You know what, Loki? Ha, beat you to it. Yes, the fruit are edible. And in the end, you get these seeds. There are, Loki, you have that. The fruit is actually quite delicious. It's sort of quite a watery and bitter because Australia is nutrient poor, so that's kind of reflected in the fruit that we eat. But that's not the only fascinating thing about the Lilly Pilly. It's a whole heap of stuff. The first thing is that it's a part of the Myrtaceae family. That's the same family that has gum trees in it, but this is not a eucalypt. Now let me see if I can find a flower for you. Here are some flowers. They're not quite fully developed, but they'll give the general idea of what's going on. You can see that there are actually 4 little covers on them. So there's not one cover, but 4. So it's not a eucalypt, it's a fourcalypt. Or alternately, a syzygium. Whatever you want to call it. I prefer to call it Lilly Pilly. I used to think that Lilly Pillies had a very strange leaf morphology, and it was like this. You can see those little lumps and bumps there? Well, that's because I used to think that was just what the normal leaf was, but no, it's actually the product of something called a psyllid. It's a leaf miner which causes little tumours to occur all over the plant. Very, very common to see Lilly Pillies like that, and I'm sure if you're an agricultural kind of guy, you would be wanting to get rid of this from your ornamental plants, but I don't care. It's actually something that Loki can eat. One thing that is really common with these Lilly Pillies is that they are absolutely beset by bugs and things. I can show you some stuff called black scale, and I think there's some black mold on this as well. I'll show you the black scale. You can see those little scaly things on there. There you are, Loki, you can have that too. She's going for the fruit. You can get Lilly Pilly beetles, they're green things, couldn't find them on there. You get borers, I'll show you this. You can see there's evidence of borers on this guy. These things are absolutely beset by troubles. Now that sucks if you're trying to grow Lilly Pilly fruit. Have a look at this guy here. Yeah, you can actually see that there are actually insects that bore through the fruit. Doesn't seem that Loki seems to mind though, does it? As a general rule, I pick the Lilly Pillies that actually are not full of insects, so I don't need extra protein in my diet like these guys do. This is a Lilly Pilly branch, and if you have a look at the timber there, it's really quite firm. I haven't seen very much stuff built from Lilly Pilly timber, but I work with it a lot. I love the stuff. You can pretty much go from green timber to finished product. You don't have to actually spend a lot of time drying it, or maybe you do. I've made all sorts of things. This is a perch. These supports here are made from Banksia, but this is a Lilly Pilly. That's across the top here. And if you sand it down, I haven't got a sanded Lilly Pilly, but it looks absolutely beautiful. These guys are a really, really fun plant to grow if you're in Australia. You can eat them. The cockatoos can eat the plant. They can eat the bugs in it. They can eat the fruit. They can eat the flowers. They can eat pretty much anything on it. And more importantly, you can eat too. Have a lovely day, hey.